If you're a CPA, accountant, or other tax professional, and you're thinking about working with sales tax software for your clients, there's a couple of problems that I think you should know about ahead of time. The first has to do with just the total lack of support. The second is confusion over what they are doing, what they're not doing, and really where the boundaries are. And the third is potentially risking your reputation with your clients. We've seen it happen over and over again. So let's talk about how partnering with a sales tax software company for your firm is different from partnering with a sales tax professional service like TaxValet. And the first thing really has to do with the support. So when you work with the software company, you're just going to get an email address. It's going to be like support@softwarecompany.com. When you work with TaxValet, you are getting a dedicated team of sales tax experts who work on your account, who understand your client's specific setups, their configurations, their data, their history. And every time you have a question, you're going to be getting the same people who are helping you each and every time. Now, when you reach out to the software company, on the other hand, it's going into some ticket queue where it could be one of 1,000 different support agents. That support agent doesn't understand how one issue is connected to another. They're not able to see that there might be a systemic to be resolved. They're just not going to have the visibility, nor are they going to be held accountable by their company in order to resolve and address whatever sort of underlying root cause issues there are. So this is why it's so common for us to see our partners that work with us, when they were working with software before, they were just spending most of their time following up with support ticket, just trying to get problems resolved. If you want to work with a team that knows what they're doing and they're really taking responsibility for the entire sales tax process, and you don't want to be DIYing it with software, we could be a really good option for you. Now, on that, when you're working with software, there's like this illusion that the software company is taking care of things, but that's not really the case. If you're working with software, you are in effect doing it yourself. You're just using a tool, you're using an app that they created in order to make the job easier. So there's all of these things that still need to be done when it comes to sales tax that the software is not handling. Comprehensive nexus reviews, audits, staying on top of the data, staying on top of the tax settings. I could go on and on. Processing the mail. Software doesn't handle that. And so if the software doesn't handle it and your client's not handling it, then the assumption is that you're going to handle it. Do you want to handle it? Are you prepared to set up a sales tax department? Do you have the time, energy? Do you even want to? It's really hard to scale. It's really hard to make profitable. Now, you can do it yourself with the software and then have to take care of all those other things. Or if you partner with a sales tax firm like TaxValet, they should be taking care of everything for you. They should be handling each aspect of the sales tax compliance wheel. There are all of these different functions that go into sales tax, and filings is just one small part. So TaxValet, I'm a little biased. I think that we're a great option, but if you decide to work with the sales tax partner, you should investigate what are they offering. Are they ultimately going to be able to take care of everything that can pop up? Because if they aren't and they're just doing filings, then you're not getting your money's worth. At least I don't think so. We're in the business of providing an exceedingly excellent service. We're not the cheapest. We're not the most expensive. We're not trying to be the cheapest or the most expensive, but we are providing, I think, the best return on your money. The third thing I'd say when it comes to working with software is that if you're working with software to manage your client sales tax, you are taking on all of the risk. If you actually read the service agreement for these apps, they are capped out in terms of what responsibilities they're taking on, and they're providing you the scalpel. And if you can do brain surgery or sales tax with that scalpel, or if you cut your patient open, the software company doesn't care. They're getting paid. They provide you with the scalpel. They provided you with the tool. Whether or not you're effective with that tool is up to you. So you're taking on all the risk to make sure that the filings are done on time, that the advice and the decisions that are being made are accurate, that the client is approving everything that is happening. Whereas if you work with the sales tax partner like TaxValet, we are in effect taking on all that risk. That is a huge aspect of the work that we do, is we have to be very mindful of what decisions we're making, what we're doing, why we're doing it. We're documenting everything, because one small mistake could cost a small fortune. And I've been there and I've had to pay for it. I mean, we have a we're huge on accountability at TaxValet. And if we make a mistake with the client, we own it. Own it is one of our core values. So as a sales tax partner, we are really taking on all the risk. So if we provide bad nexus advice, if we say something is taxable or not taxable and that's incorrect, we ultimately would be the ones on the hook. We could get sued, right? And we've done a really good job at not getting sued over the past, how long has it been? 7 years or so. Probably out of date by the time you saw this video. We've done a really good job at not being sued because we've got really good systems and processes and we don't drop the ball. If you have not done this work at a very high level for a very long time, it's really easy to not know what you don't know. And by having a partner who's taking on all that risk and you can trust that they actually know what they're doing, then it could be a match made in heaven. Another thing we're taking responsibility for is all the tax collection. So we're looking at how much tax was calculated, how much was collected, was it the right amount? Did one of the employees screw with one of the tax settings and now it needs to be updated? We're taking care of that. We're also taking responsibility for the audits. Do you have the resources in order to manage the sales tax audit? All the things that the auditors are likely to do in order to overstep their boundaries, things that might not be like definitely illegal, but questionable and gray that you should be pushing back on. Many people don't because they just don't have the experience and the expertise that we do. And is this experience that, well, software companies don't even deal with audits, but if they did, they probably wouldn't have all of the very specific know-how that could save your clients tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars. We see it happen all the time. And I'd say the last thing that we're doing is we're upholding our commitments to get things done on time. And I'm referring to the filings. So it is quite a task to make sure that sales tax filings for a whole bunch of clients in every single state are completed accurately and on time because someone's got to go on vacation every once in a while. People get sick. Are you going to have someone on your team trained to oversee the software or however it is you're doing it and making sure that everything is being managed correctly? If you don't have that backup, then maybe you want to work with a partner. So if you partner with TaxValet, it's kind of like getting all the benefits, right, without any of the risk. So what I mean by that is we have a revenue sharing program where we will share any referred client's revenue directly with the partner that referred them. We'll work closely with you, integrate within your systems and processes, and we're taking on all the risk. So if you want to be able to ensure that your client's sales tax problems are going away day one, they're going to be treated like rock stars, which they will be, and you want to make some money, consider working with TaxValet. You can learn more about us at thetaxvalet.com. My name's Alex. I'm the founder. I'll be here. We look forward to hearing from you.